England is a nightmare, right? I didn't have a video show, but there is Sadiq Khan was saying he doesn't feel safe he's not safe if Donald Trump gets elected. Why? I mean, honestly, they live in this weird, bizarre fantasy that there are evil racists everywhere who are salivating at the mouth to come and get them, right? And that's why, oh my God, did they jump up and down with glee with the violent riots, which I wouldn't be surprised at all, right? At all if it turns out they were manufactured, right? Much the same as the what's it called again? The January 6th. January 6th, 100% manufactured by the Democrats, I think. Just bizarrely, right? Right? Absolutely bizarrely. Here, what's that doing? Let me put all this into one folder. Let me go find it. Okay, good. So we'll get to that next. But yeah, so where was it? Where are we going to start? Well, you know, the police have released another statement, which I think is, you know, lets us know exactly what's going on in the world. Here we go. Share screen. And I love the way people they still say with a straight face, there is no two-tiered policing. Are you fucking kidding me at this point? I just read that a child rapist didn't get any prison time because the prison was full. Granny, somebody shouting at a police dog got 3 years. It's like, it's insane beyond insane because the judges are woke too. Why? Because they're all coming out of colleges and colleges are shit. Honestly, they need to purge all communism and socialism from all colleges. I think it'll make life much better in the long term, right? There we go.
Oh, I'm Sergeant Constable Detective Officer Peter Pisspot from Twat Valley Police. Assalamu alaikum. I'm actually just about to go and make an arrest. Obviously, in response to the recent riots, myself and my...
Well, his monotone delivery is perfect. There was... Who was on Talk TV? Who's a woman? Who I find weirdly hot, right? Like weird... What's her name? Either Alexa Phillips or Alex Phillips. Let's see if I can... Alexa Phillips. And I don't know why I find her so... maybe because I just agree with her so much, right? Is it Alex or Alexa? Hang on. There you go. Let me get a picture. And again, for the life of me, I mean, she's like I like a nice-looking woman, but she's a perfectly normal-looking woman, right? And I'm like, wow, and I'm really turned on by her. Like I think it's probably because I just agree with her so much, right? You know, which is, you know, somewhat rare for me. Oh, here she is. Let me pull up Alex Phillips. There you go. Doink. Hang on, share screen. Doink. She filled in for she's filling in a lot on Talk TV for Julia Hartley Brewer, who I quite like as well. But again, I don't know why I find her so hot. Oh, there we go back to that. We'll go back to. But I don't know. I just think she is. Again, maybe it's just because I really strongly agree with her in everything, right? I think she's like just right. Oh, here, let me show. Here, there's another picture. Again, she's not like, you know, ugly by any way. She's an attractive woman, but she's not like, you know, ravishing either. So I don't know what it is that makes you go, wow, I'm really turned on by her. And I am genuinely really turned on by her, weirdly enough. Anyway, so she had somebody on her show talking about the overcrowding in prisons and how proud they are. They're turfing out a bunch of like murderers and rapists to put grannies in who tweeted mean tweets, did hurty feeling tweets, right? And the guy had exactly the same monotone delivery. That we have succeeded very well.
Have been working very, very hard to tackle extremism and social disorder. Sometimes that can mean putting ourselves in a firing line, putting ourselves in harm's way. I myself have spent the past week trawling through Facebook, looking for far-right bigots, and you wouldn't believe some of the words and sentences I've seen posted. Some of the
I hope he's right.
dirty words people are posting on social media are absolutely beyond belief, enough to cause deep emotional trauma.
And don't kid yourself. This bloke is one step away from being in the firing line, right? Do not think Keir Starmer's going to stop, right? Why is Keir Starmer acting like a fascist dictator? Or other than being a fascist dictator, it's because he's shitting himself. He's shitting himself and rubbing his hands in glee at the same time.
These people have thought of some words in their head and they've gone on their phones and transcribed those words into a Facebook post in a brazen act of shameless criminality. The dangerous individual we're about to go and arrest now, I'm going to give you a direct quote from her Facebook page.
Yeah, these people have been arrested. I mean, if you plead not guilty, they say, well, okay, then we're going to get. Then you're probably going to. You'll either get 2 years if you plead guilty and show remorse, or you'll get 6 years if you don't plead. If you fight us, and believe me, you're not going to get bail. You're going to jail for like a year or two till your court case comes through. Because if you fight it, you are not going to get speedy justice. No. It's the process is the punishment, right? It's not the punishment. It's the process is the punishment. And we had this guy on Sky News, like, rubbing his hands with glee, said, oh, the Asian gangs. What Asian gangs? He meant Muslim gangs. The Muslim gangs in prisons, they're going to essentially kick the shit out of any of these people going in jail and probably kill them, right? And then people go, well, thank God we got rid of the evil racists.
And it's not for the faint-hearted. If you're of a sensitive disposition, you might not want to hear this. This woman, let's call her Sandra Hardwick, that's her name, 86 Kenbrook Rise, Maidstone, Kent. She's got on Facebook.
That's the other thing. They always hide the identity of every assailant, apart from white working class people who went, oh, I'm not sure I'm all on board for unlimited immigration.
And this is word for word what she's written. She's written, personally, I think this country needs to have better border controls. And at the end of that sentence, she's added a little Union Jack emoji, which is basically code for saying that she's a member of the EDL. Utterly vile. There are no words to express the kind of damage and pain this causes.
But kiddie porn, I mean, this guy's he's joking already. Kiddie porn and knife crime, and raping children. And I wish I was joking. It's no problem. They're all like, oh, fine. Oh, that's just super fine. We don't mind. Yeah, the guy who the civil servant, I believe, who sent kiddie porn to Hugh Edwards, right? They're like, no, you're fine. It's just a bit of kiddie porn. Who cares? Right? It's 2024. Get with it, man. Right? And that's really, I'm not joking. That's really where they are.
Vulnerable individuals who've innocently tossed their passports in the channel and come over here illegally to see if they can blag a room at a 4-star hotel and long-term benefits. There are no excuses. Sandra is a retired dinner lady who enjoys gardening and looking after her grandkids, but she's also a direct threat to national security. Some would argue a terrorist. No ifs, no buts. We're on our way to pick her up now. 12 armed officers in a riot van and 2 police helicopters have also been scrambled. She'll be
again. This is literally what happens.
Fast-tracked through the justice system, and she's going to do some serious jail time. Myself and my colleagues are working around the clock to make sure racist thugs like Sandra feel the full force of the law. No need to thank us. It's what we get paid for. I'd ask you all to remain vigilant.
Although, if they weren't being paid, they'll still do it as well, wiggly.
Keep an eye out for Nazis. They could be hiding in a bush. They could be loitering on a street corner. They could be driving an ice cream van. They're out there. They're posting openly on social media, and we need your help to lock them up. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, kumbaya.
Yeah, and like this, when was it, January? Live in London? I would say stay out of London, mate. You might get in trouble. 7th September and January. Blimey, that's a little bit far out, but 7th September, that's next week, I guess. Anyway. And all this started with a Patriot march. I think it all started with a Patriot march put together by Tommy Robinson, which scared the shit out of the likes of Keir Starmer, who's also terrified of reform, who came very close second to them in most of the races. And if he re-held the election day, they would probably win, right? They would probably win. Because I think they're making real inroads into Labour, because most white working class people get it, right? They get that they are under attack. Good news, though, I feel, right, is Tommy Robinson, right? Tommy Robinson is trying to fight back, is trying to be a voice for the people who don't have voices. So check this out. I thought this was actually really, really good.
Good morning. Quick one. Anyone knows, any family members, anyone who's been sent to prison? We have political prisoners currently in Britain.
That's exactly how I would describe them.
The world needs to know that, yeah? We want to compile a documentary. We're looking at it now, working out a plan. We want to speak to family members of innocent British men and women who have been falsely imprisoned, who have been pressured into pleading guilty, who are now sitting doing years of prison sentences.
Again, it's like the speed at which Britain became had political prisoners. Even America kind of moved into it slowly.
Exercising their legal rights. So all these things come under freedom of speech. They've been absolutely stitched up across our entire country to instill fear in you, the British public.
That is the point. They want to scare you.
It's about sending you a message. They weaponised our judiciary, weaponised our court system. Some people, I've spoke to family members last night, wives. One man was arrested on a Saturday, like a counter-terrorism raid, for a post he put on Facebook. Yeah, I've got the post. It's not unlawful what he says. It's not. Yeah. So I've got the.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you again. They say you're going to jail either way, right? You're not getting bail. You're going to jail. We don't care. We got to use you to terrify the rest of England into submission.
Post, and then Monday he's in court, magistrates. Tuesday, Crown Court, remanded the whole time, so they're not getting out anyway. This is what they're doing to him. By Wednesday, he's serving years in jail. Years.
Your brain doesn't have time to cope with it. There's no time to even mount a proper legal defense. This just can't be legal, right? Is it? I don't know. This just doesn't sound like it can possibly be legal.
These people have been stitched up. So I want to put together a film with your help, yeah? Put together a film, because when you're getting punched, and right now I've been getting punched for weeks, for years, yeah? But the British public have been getting punched by our own establishment and government. And how do we punch back? We'll create a documentary and we'll show the world your lies. We'll prove Keir Starmer knew he was lying.
Oh, if you could do that, mate, I'll be ecstatic. Right? If you can prove that he was lying, I wouldn't make it. They'll throw him in jail. This is what they'll do. But if you can prove he's lying, I am ecstatic with that, man. I am totally ecstatic with that.
We'll show the manipulation that they used the media for and the lies they told you. The lies they told the world. So, yeah, it's an important piece of work. We'll start working on it now. So, anyone who has family members, anyone in here, we can talk to you. We can blur identities. Anyone who's got things to say, we want to hear from you. So
right.
Contact me via my DM, yeah? And I'll make sure one of my team reach out to you.
I really hope he's successful, right? Because, again, I'm just horrified. Yeah, just saw somebody just sent me this clip right now as we were speaking, talking about Keir Starmer now. But I haven't seen this. Let's see what it is.
That Keir Starmer's analysis, his initial claim that these riots were organised by far-right agitators, many of them from outside the areas where the disorder took place, was itself fake news. So one of the ironic implications of that...
Oh, well, send him to jail too. Swift justice. Get him inside. I think that's only right.
This, Patrick, is that the Prime Minister himself may be guilty under the offence created by the Online Safety Act of...
Do you think he might get nabbed for it? No, right? No, because it's not about skin colour, although that is a factor. It's not about ethnicity, although that is a factor. It's about if you support Keir Starmer, right? If you are a natural voter for Labour, you're fine. If you're white and working class, you're fucked.
Knowingly publishing false information, which has a harmful effect. I mean, you could argue that by blaming far-right agitators from outside the areas where the riots were taking place, Keir Starmer effectively encouraged counter-protesters, Muslim counter-protesters, for
And he did.
The most part, to form mobs, to police areas, to identify and attack people they thought were far-right agitators from outside their area. So you could argue that Keir Starmer's misinformation regarding who was behind the riots contributed to a harmful outcome, and he could therefore be guilty of an offence under the Online Harms Act.
Look, again, my feeling is this, that I think this is going to blow up in his face. I don't know how, but I think this is going to blow up in his face. I hope it's not going to be something that's going to take 50 years to blow up in his face. I think this is going to blow up in his face very, very soon. Because, again, this is what's going on is crazy. But, yeah, the Tories are absolutely useless. Thank God you got, a few seats for Nigel Farage in office. Right? Otherwise, you really would. There'll be absolutely nothing you could do at that point, right? Absolutely nothing you can do. So, weirdly enough, though, over in America, politics is taking a strange turn, right? Taking a strange turn. We've got this new footage of many political people, right? Doing things you wouldn't expect them doing, right? It's a bit strange, right? It's a bit odd, let me tell you.
Business, I'm a big stepper, underground methods.
All right, this is AI. Okay, it is AI. But look at this. It's freaking incredible, right? I mean, absolutely incredible. Now, do you reckon they face swapped them, or is this completely AI generated? Looks like it's completely AI generated. The Kamala Harris isn't quite as good as the Donald Trump. I like the Elon Musk, though. That one really works. So what's his name and the Gecko, the Facebook dude? This must be completely AI generated, and I can't wait for AI to get there. Right? I want to do my own TV shows because everything. And once we can, holy crap, is the world going to change? I will do some awesome stuff, mate. I wish I knew what the deal was with the Gecko, though. I mean, somebody must know. I like they got Joe Biden in a wheelchair. That's hilarious. And Putin with the gold AK, that kind of works too. Now, Obama looks really good as a master criminal. Okay, this might be a touch too far, although I think the current Pope isn't overly popular, as from what I understand. I mean, amongst Catholics. Mario, I like that coat hat. That coat he's wearing, isn't it? That's pretty darn good. So this is directed by the Dole brothers. You did a good job, Dole brothers. I would learn more about how you did that. Very impressive, right? Very, very impressive. So real life isn't quite that fun, sadly. The DNC is going, and it's weird. There's so much weird, right? It is. That's the only way to describe weird, right? Lots and lots of weird. So here we got where to start. There's so many things to choose from. Okay. Let's just start over here.
You're out of today. No, listen. My name is Noah Schwartz. I use he/they pronouns.
Why does it always why is it always a Jewish guy? Literally, why is it always and why are you wearing the Rasta hat? Oh God, and got a mask. This is like. How can I be more soy than anybody ever has been soy before?
Really excited that we have the first black woman that could be the president of the United States. And my wife, right? We're in a polyamorous relationship. The lover that my wife took is African American, and I've learned so much.
Wait. This has to be a parody. This has to be a parody, right? That can't be real because it's too parody-ish, right? That come on. So he's saying his wife has a black boyfriend who he's learned a lot from. What?
about the struggle that people of color go through as a result of my wife's boyfriend. And so I'm excited to really do my part to show solidarity for my marginalized communities. And like the best way to do that is to get the first woman of color to be the commander-in-chief. And I'm really excited. I'm so pumped. Were you this pumped and excited when Joe Biden was the nominee? I mean, listen, like I would vote for a corpse over voting for Donald Trump because he's a disgusting fascist, white supremacist pig. But now, like,
there's got to be a right-wing guy infiltrate. Is this guy for real? I don't know.
You know, we get to really make history. We have, you know, like I said, we have the first woman of color to be president of the United States. And like, you know, our country, it was founded on the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And Kamala
kind of wasn't, but okay.
There's nothing embodies those values.
Like the founding fathers all had slaves, and Thomas Jefferson, I'm sure everybody else, fathered lots of kids with them.
More than a Kamala Harris presidency. So I'm pumped. Like I'm ready. You know, I am so excited. I'm a proud white dude for Kamala Harris, baby. Let's go. Woo!
So if this guy is for real, I don't know, but I think he's pretty representative of the Kamala Harris voter. Look, I understand we have wall-to-wall media saying it's the greatest thing ever. She's doing great. She's doing fantastic. I think this is the worst campaign I've ever seen in my life, right? This is a campaign that's breaking all the rules. It looks like it's guaranteed to fail, right? It's just, it's aimed at fringe areas of society, right? And so they have these. This is the sort of person that it appeals to, like bizarrely enough.
Have you seen any excitement at a Democratic event like in this stadium? Or? No, listen, this is amazing. You know, like you can't generate. I couldn't see.
The way they always, I mean, like I've seen all these rallies, and the only way they pack them out is put a bunch of rappers in.
More excitement. Like the only way there could be any more excitement is if, you know, maybe you had like an artist or a celebrity performing or opening for Kamala. But no, this is amazing. This is like celebrity level of excitement. This is a rock star. And then, you know, like.
I don't know if this guy's for real. Maybe.
The thing that I'm the happiest about when it comes to Kamala Harris presidency.
What are you happiest about, weirdo?
It's the economy, and you know I'm really excited about how she finally wants to put a cap on prices at the grocery store. And you know, like, look, even if
the few policies that she's mentioned thus far are disastrous communism.
Price controls, you know, may lead to like shortages of food and basic goods.
Okay, this guy's taking the piss. Okay, this guy's taking the piss.
You know, the shortages will lead to rationing, and rationing that leads to equity. And we need to be a more equitable place in America to dismantle our legacy of white supremacy. So thank you so much for hearing my voice and so many voices like me.
I still think that guy's taking the piss. Okay, I don't think that guy's for real. But maybe he is. Now, weirdly, Bill Clinton accidentally told the truth. Like, I don't know what got into him, right? He told the truth at the from stage. Check this out.
I went to Jeffrey Epstein Island 27 times. It was fun as hell, the time of life. But then Hillary killed him, and I couldn't go anymore. So now I'm stuck with this bitch, you know.
That also might be AI, right? That might be AI. But okay, it's not weirder than real life. I mean, here, okay, let me show you, right? Let me show you. You got was it Tim or Tom Waltz is the VP? Who is just? I mean, who opened up his campaign calling was it Vance, JD Vance weird? And like this is where he comes on stage. Now it's juxtaposed with somebody you may remember from the 80s, 90s, Richard Simmons. And it's very, very freaky how similar it is.
Whoa! Point it out, point it out.
Yep, that was Richard Simmons. I kind of miss Richard Simmons. It weirdly never found the right girl to settle down with. I can't work out how because he's so manly. like so much. But like in between the weirdness, we have like, you know, this incredible amount of lying going on, right? So this is a guy who should have been the vice president nominee. Josh Shapiro, I think his name is. He's a Jew. Again, I'm so fucking embarrassed, right? He's the what's his name? The governor, I think, of Pennsylvania, and he's a great speaker, right? He is a really genuinely great speaker, and he but he's Jewish, right? And so the Democrats won't vote for him, right? They'll lose Michigan, they'll lose the Muslims, right? Muslims won't vote for a Jew. Like having Harris Shapiro on a poster, they couldn't put it up, right? And I'm not joking. I think that's the level of racism we got here, right? So this is him speaking at one point. That is, it's very good speaking very well.
Freedom to tell our children what books they're allowed to read.
Right. So they got this shit going on that there should be no limitations on any books. Everybody should be allowed. So, like, theoretically, you think, well, you can have pornography then, right? And the things they are defending is pornography, right? Which is this is going to tie into toxic fandom, right? This book is gay. Wasn't this book gay? Is this gay written by the person who did the podcast? What's her name? I don't know. But look. There's like very sexually explicit things here as a guide to children. Like, you don't. This is pornography, right? This is pornography and pedophilia. It's I think this is wrong, right? I think straight people and gay people can probably work out how to have sex in the way they want without guides to do it, right? This is what he's talking about, saying banning books. Are you crazy? I don't know. So anyway, so on the other side, what else do we have? Okay, on the other side, we have a campaign of like pure substance, right? Of genuine substance. And look, this campaign seems unwinnable. Let me get this off screen. It's grossing me out. This campaign seems genuinely unwinnable.
Appreciate the.
It's designed to revolt the average American voter rather than encourage them. But I think, is this an experiment to see how far they can go with like their bullshittery, right? Isn't it? I don't know. It might be, right? It might be. Jake Tab is such a freaking liar. So here, check this out.
So I appreciate that Pete Buttigieg pretends to be offended by what I said. I think Pete should be offended by the fact that under his leadership as Secretary of Transportation, the government took in $8 billion to build 7 electric vehicle charging facilities at a time when Americans are paying $8
billion to build 7 charge. Listen, we have an EV now, right? And there are charging stations all over. They're everywhere. You get and they're great, right? I'm saying it. I'm really happy with their EV until it blows up and takes over the world, right? But look at Jake Tab. It's just there's no substance whatsoever. And the thing is this: the more they speak, Harris's polls have nosedived this week, because the more the Democrats speak, the more people are like, oh, fuck me, no, run screaming. And now the RFK is bowing out tomorrow. They're saying he's going to endorse Trump. Now, you know why he's endorsing Trump tomorrow? It's because the Democrats have been waging lawfare against him to get him off ballots. And he's like, well, this is ridiculous.
5% more for the gas that transports them to work. That's what we should be focused on, and that's what we should be talking about. And it illustrates, Jake, my entire criticism of the Democratic approach here is they're focused on fake issues instead of the real record. And the real record is that Kamala Harris has made this country poorer. Donald Trump made the middle class richer, and he caused a lot of peace and prosperity to break out in this country and all over the world. It's a very simple contrast, and I wish the Democrats would focus on the issues.
Again, look, the only person I've seen speak in that same ballpark was Shapiro, right? Who seemed very good. But, you know, the only thing they think about is Donald Trump. Like Trump. It's bizarre. You are somebody voting for Harris, excited to vote for Harris. What she likes, why are you voting for Harris and Waltz without saying the word Donald Trump, right? And the reason that they, first this clip over. The reason is he's just very, very good, right? He's just very, very good. So, he was nearly killed, a month ago? Was it a little bit less? And he gets up and he has the strength. By the way, that's also got crazier. Okay, this is insane. The Secret Service didn't shoot the guy trying to assassinate Trump until local law enforcement opened fire on him. Right, at that point, they're like, I think the jig's up. So it must be a stand-down order. There must have been a stand-down order for the Secret Service. So it's the only rational explanation, right? It really is the only rational explanation. And one of the reasons they fear Trump because he's very genuine, and he's I think he's a genuinely good and brave person. Now, I wouldn't have said that in 2016, right? I was like, well, of course he shook the porn stars. Wouldn't you? Like, now I think he's way more moral, right? I really think he's like breathtakingly moral now because they kept coming after him and they got nothing, right? They got nothing. But again, this is I'm going to show you something which I feel is a real demonstration of personal character. Where is it? So here. So this is his first speaking event after outdoor speaking event after he was shot, right? After he was nearly murdered, right? And somebody had a medical emergency in the crowd. He walks out from behind the protective glass, right? He walks out. Oh, I can't really hear it. Here, the clip. We have a better clip of it to go and see them. I mean, like, again, this might be bullshit politics. I don't care. He put himself in danger to care about someone, or at least pretend to successfully. He walks over to Jack. And again, listen, I think these small things, and again, it might all be fake. I don't know, but I'm glad that he's at least pretending. Here, we get this. We got that from a better angle over here.
So much. Thank you, baby. I love you, Chuck.
I don't know. Like, I don't think you get more amount of people that this final clip before we get to the chat is I can't tell if it's been manipulated to look weird or it's just taken at a weird angle. But what he's saying is very funny. Right, I think what he's saying is funny, which means I thought I'll go with this either way. Where is it? Doink.
Did you see Barack Hussein Obama last night? Take little shots. He was taking shots at your president.
Oh, okay. Again, has this been AI'd somehow? It's really weird, right? I just can't work this out at all. But you can't hear it.
And so was Michelle. They always say, sure. Please stick to policy. Don't get personal. And yet they're getting personal all night long, these people.
Oh, what's it here? Let me see if I can get a better clip because you can't bloody hear it. Don't get personal. Let's see if that comes up with a clip. Is this it? Let's give this one a try. Because that one just looks weird. I'm sorry. What is up with that? Looks like he's been through the Dan Jer reshaping machine, right? That's just odd. Here we go. This one. Save video as. Fine. Yeah. Okay. That's going. That's again weird beyond weird. Video file. Doink.
Hussein Obama last night, take little shots. He was taking shots at your president. And so was Michelle. They always say, sure, please stick to policy, don't get personal. And yet they're getting personal all night long, these people.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for a level playing field.
Do I still have to stick to policy? Sir, you must stick to policy. You'll win it on the border. You'll win it with inflation. You'll win it with your great military that you built that they gave away $85 billion worth of it in Afghanistan.
Listen, you got to expect mass cheating because that's really their mass cheating or a world war. That's really their only hope.
Afghanistan. Sir, you're going to win it on crime. The crime is running through the streets like never before. You're going to win it on all of these things.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, the advice is good. Don't get personal. Because you're trying to wing over the moderates, right? You're trying to wing over the swing voters. Don't get personal, but boy, wouldn't it be great to have a level playing field? Oh, man. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.